What is going on, YouTube, and welcome back to the Binkz and Doodle Effect. This is episode number 25, and what does that mean? We only missed 1 week due to COVID, which means this is technically the 26th week that we are on the air with you guys, which makes it 6 months since we have started the Binkz and Doodle Effect.
Yeah.
And for all of our viewers and everyone who watches each and every week, we would like to thank you for sticking with us for 6 months so far. Can't wait to continue going forward. Binkz and Doodle Effect, presented to you by Lividity and Lividity Gaming. I am one of your hosts, Binkz, and joined with me, as always, Mr. DrewskiDoodle. How are you doing this week, Andrew?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Before we jump into anything, just want to give a nice little shout out to Rogue Energy. Rogue Energy is a premium energy and focus supplement designed to optimize your mental and physical performance. Unlike unhealthy canned energy drinks, the powerful supplement can be taken daily for overall improved performance. It's packed with vitamins, amino acids, and it's a healthy way to increase your natural energy. As usual, I always say, I use it right before I work out every single day, lifting weights. It gives me a nice, healthy energy boost to lift those weights. If you use the code GETLIVID on the bottom of the screen, you get 5% off your entire purchase. We're going to recommend the starter pack. You get a shaker cup, as well as 5 flavors to try for free. Well, not free, but it comes with the shaker cup. Use the code GETLIVID, 5% off. You won't be missing out.
Master of the plug, baby.
Anyway, moving forward, we have some apparel for you guys. If you look at Mr. DrewskiDoodle over here, Binkz and Doodle Effect. Don't look at me because Discord doesn't like to mirror the webcam.
Looks great backwards, too.
Looks great backwards, right? Yes. These will go on sale, hopefully within a month or so, when we get the website revamped for Lividity. We went through a whole rehaul of the entire website that we had. If you try to look us up right now and click one of the links below for Lividity, you're not going to go to any website. It's going to bring you to a broken
dead
link.
end.
But hopefully within the next month or so, we will have everything up, and these will be in the store for you guys to purchase if you guys are looking for a Binkz and Doodle hoodie. Or we have them also in t-shirts and long sleeve shirts, which are really, really dope. But, Andrew, going forward now with the podcast, pitchers and catches, my man. We have baseball coming right back.
Can't come soon enough. We get tomorrow, baby. It's baseball season.
Can't wait. I know what you're doing on April 1st.
12 hours of baseball, my friend.
Can't
Not
wait to
moving my
watch the Mets. I don't even know who we're playing, to be honest with you, right off the bat.
We are
on opening day.
playing Washington, I believe.
Washington. All right, well.
Indeed.
They should be a good team this year. Their pitching rotation's going to be pretty nasty, so.
They do have good pitching. Every single statistic analytic website is saying the Mets are going to walk away with the NL East, so that makes me very afraid that they're going to blow it. As per usual.
Oh.
But, yeah, I know. April 1st is going to be a fun day. You got Blue Jays Yanks, and then Dodgers Rockies, then Mets Nationals, and then White Sox Angels, which those are all going to be good games except for the Dodgers and Rockies. That's going to be absolute murder on TV.
Yeah, the Dodgers are still the best team in the National League. More than pretty much.
They're the best team in baseball.
With that being said, though, Andrew, Manfred, I know how much you love that man.
So much.
Manfred wants to extend 5 feet in all baseball stadiums, the wall. And he also wants to deaden the baseball. I need to hear your input on this because I know you're going to disagree. I know you're going to hate him.
He's an idiot because that goes against everything that baseball is trying to do. They're trying to pull people in with more offense. They want it to be faster paced. And now he wants to deaden the ball and have no more home runs, which 5 feet of wall space is not going to do. Have you seen today's athletes and how monstrous they are? It's insane. He like I said, when was it? In September or even earlier than that. He has no idea what he's doing. He's out of touch with all of baseball, all the fans, everywhere. And he needs to be, I won't say executed, just taken away.
Tell me how you really feel, man. Tell me how you really feel about the man.
Every single major sports league has a garbage commissioner except people like Adam Silver in basketball. I don't know enough about it to say anything, but people tend to like him. Gary Bettman's a moron. Roger Goodell. and Rob Manfred. Garbage. They're all garbage. Idiots. I need them gone. But yeah, no. The other thing about the 5 feet on the wall, like, there's no uniform outfield depth. So, like, let's just say you're the Mets where center field is 410, 408, whatever it is. And instead of moving the wall back 5 feet, they could be like, okay, our outfield's 403, we'll move it back to 408, done. So, like, I don't understand what's happening here. Like, it's the dumbest, that is actually the dumbest thing I've heard in a long time in terms of baseball.
Okay. You know, I don't know, I kind of like pitcher duels. So now, I mean, if the 5 feet and deadening the ball kind of gives the advantage to the pitcher.
I also love pitcher duels. So we're not the people we're aiming for.
I understand. But I'm also a true lover of the game of baseball. So if it's a 0-0 game going into the 8th inning, I'm still enjoying watching baseball. I'm not one of those people who want the game to be sped up or, you know, part of the new generation. No, part of the new generation who's watching baseball, because that's what they're trying to cater to. I mean, the old timers and people who grew up with the old style of baseball, you know, are perfectly fine with the way the game is being played. But new generation, they're trying to bring in more revenue, so it makes sense. But getting rid of the long ball is probably not going to attract.
The worst thing they could possibly.
It's going to deter people, if anything. I mean, you're still going to have your same fan base, but any new people, unless people are really into pitchers, it's not going to be. Yeah. That's not the move. But
small ball, but you're not gonna. It's not going to generate the same pop.
Exactly. Moving on to the NHL, Andrew. This is your specialty.
Well, you got nothing to say? You got nothing?
I have nothing to say about hockey other than the Rangers are giving me gray hair because they just.
My
extent of hockey pretty much ends outside the New York Rangers. I'm just a New York Ranger fan. I'm not, you know, anything more. But...
Fair enough. Well, Saturday we got the outdoor game for the year in Lake Tahoe, which is honestly they have outdoor games every year.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like the dopest one because of its location. They were able to do this because there's no fans. So they're literally on the side of a lake with mountains in the background. Like, this is going to be such a cool thing to watch. And that's like top tier hockey right there. That's where you want to be. Playing pond hockey is the greatest experience a hockey player could ever have. I mean, if you look up the scenery, where they are is absolutely gorgeous. You got the Avalanche and the Golden Knights, so it's going to be a fantastic game. The Avalanche are one of the best teams in hockey, and the Golden Knights are right up there too. I'm very excited to watch that. And I should. Oh God, I'm going to be away this weekend, but I'm going to find a way to watch it. Then we got one of the most touted rookies from maybe about 10 years ago. Alex Galchenyuk has now been traded twice within a week span. The poor guy got traded to the Hurricanes, did not play a single game, and just got traded again. This happens a lot. I normally wouldn't make a big deal about it, but this guy, about 10 years ago, was like it. He was a number one rookie. He was like, this is the Canadiens' future, and he just didn't pan out, which really sucks. But I forget who just got him, but the Hurricanes got a good package back for him. It'll be nice, but it's sad to see what happened to Alex Galchenyuk.
It's gotta just suck for him morale-wise. I mean, you just got traded twice.
To not even play a game and get traded again.
Just get traded twice. I mean, if that's me, and I get traded, first of all, me being traded the first time, that's gotta suck. Just knowing that your general manager doesn't want you. And then to go to a new team, not even play, and then get traded again, man, I would be so down in the dumps. Like that, just morale would be like, I'd be like zero confidence. Like, do I suck?
Yeah.
That's got to be tough on the player.
I don't know
it's
how
definitely
you come
gotta be
back
tough
from
on.
that.
It's tough on the player, 100%.
Yeah, I don't know how you come back from that. Just your confidence level's gone. So he's on Toronto now. And speaking of Toronto, it was a really bad day to be a Maple Leafs fan yesterday. It's normal, like 99% of the time. To be a Maple Leafs fan. Yeah, 99% of the time it's a bad day to be a Maple Leafs fan, but especially yesterday. You are winning 5-1 versus the Ottawa Senators, who are not a good hockey team. with a minute left in the second period. Ottawa makes it 5-2 with 30 seconds left. They go on to score 3 goals in the third period and then win in overtime.
Hate to say it.
You give up what should have been an easy point in a pretty good Canadian division. I can only imagine. Actually, you know what? I can imagine, because I'm a Mets fan, what the Maple Leafs fans are feeling. Even though, again, they're probably used to it. I'm used to it as well. But if they keep doing this, they are ranked number 1 in the NHL right now. So I can just see it, them, making the playoffs, getting to the Stanley Cup, blowing it, and the city of Toronto burns to the ground. Because that's what will happen. No doubt in my mind. So they got to get their shit together. More close to me, the Stars just had the same game postponed twice because Texas is not prepared for snow.
No.
At all.
Their wind-powered mills are frozen. If they don't spin, there's no power.
Yeah. So when I first read the update, all it said was, this was like an hour before the game too, that they postponed it yesterday. All it said was due to inclement weather. I'm like, are you about to postpone a game because 6 inches of snow? Because that's insane.
No, those windmills.
Then I read it with the windmill
completely
thing.
Frozen. Like they weren't getting going if those things don't spin.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it continues today because it was rescheduled for today and it had to get postponed again because they're still having, the whole state is like wiped out. Mm-hmm. So the best of luck to everybody in Texas.
Yeah.
It should not be snowing 6 inches in Texas.
No.
But maybe now they'll prepare for it a little bit.
I do love the Met reference for Toronto.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Because, like, if you're not a hockey fan and you're just, like, a big baseball fan like I am, I mean, you could just relate if you're a Met fan. Like, you have, like, say, an 8-2 lead going into the 9th, and, like, you see your closer come in, and you're like, all right, cool, 1, 2, 3, and then, like, base hit, home run, base hit, walk, home run. Oh, all of a sudden, tying run is on, like, second. Oh, my God, 2 outs. Oh, my God, he has 2 strikes. Just 1 more strike. Oh, gap.
Thank God. That sounds all too familiar.
That sounds way too familiar.
I see it in my head. I think I've seen that.
I've seen this story too many times with the Mets, and I'm really hoping that, like, in 2021, our ballpen gets their shit together. It doesn't make me feel good, though, watching the Mets post videos about how Familia is ready for the 21 season, because I'm like, that man hasn't been ready since 2014.
Yeah, so. Less than ideal, if we're being honest here.
So, but that's my views on this.
We can hope for better things.
We can definitely hope
Trevor
for better
May
things.
Save our bullpen.
Yes, and hopefully, like, Diaz, turns him back into what he was before he was a Met.
Yeah, him I'm not too worried about.
We'll see.
Familia,
yeah. Familia, oof. We have an NBA stat for you guys. We don't really talk about the NBA too much on the Binkz and Doodle Effect because we do not watch basketball, and we very much apologize for that. But Andrew, yeah, you're the one who had the stat. If you want to give us a nice little NBA stat, throw a nice little curveball in there for our viewers and listeners right now.
Surely. So Luka Doncic on the Mavericks, who anyone who knows anything about basketball knows he's like insane. He's this young kid who's absolutely lighting it up. This stat proves it. He is the 3rd fastest player to hit 4,000 career points. It took him 159 games. The only 2 players ahead of him are Shaq at 154 and Michael Jordan at 134. That's crazy. 4,000 points in 160 games. That's crazy.
That is actually really nuts.
Like, I know there are times when basketball players go on streaks dropping 40 points a game, but that's consistent.
Good for him. Good for that guy.
Yeah. Good for that, yeah.
Good for that guy.
And good for the Mavericks.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't tell you anything about basketball, so
I can tell you a little bit, but
I watch sometimes, like, the only time I, like, actually watch basketball is during March Madness, right? And because I personally like college basketball more than I like the NBA. I can't tell you why. It's just something about, I just like college ball for some reason. I don't know. But even watching college ball, when there's like a foul or something, or like a stoppage in play, I legitimately have no understanding why they actually stopped playing. Like I see some things happen and go, well, like why couldn't he do that? Like that seemed like a okay thing to do. Like I literally know negative things about basketball.
All right, I'm not that bad. I understand it. I understand it. I can tell you some stuff.
No, I have.
I
just know that you have to dribble. That is it. You cannot run with the ball. I know you have to dribble.
Oh boy. No, listen. I know the Knicks are for some reason playing really well. The Nets are a powerhouse because they have James Harden and Kyrie Irving and the other guy, Kevin Durant. And yeah, that's where I end.
Yeah, we're a sad bunch. Moving over to the NFL. Not really any updates. However, we have Vincent Jackson, who passed away. Tampa Bay Buccaneer wide receiver. He was found dead in his hotel room in Florida. So, thoughts and prayers to the Jackson family. May he rest in peace. Other than that, I have two stats, one was like unbelievably amazing, and the other one is just like kind of cool because it just shows on like what the NFL media like kind of focuses on due to like stardom over like actual. So I'm gonna do that one first. The NFL media being focusing more on stars and big name stars over actual receivers. So Brandon Marshall, do you remember Brandon Marshall?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. And obviously Calvin Johnson, Megatron.
Of course.
Okay? Brandon Marshall has the same amount of touchdowns as Calvin Johnson. Brandon Marshall has 1,000 more reception yards and 200 more catches. But we hear nothing ever about Brandon Marshall. We hear everything about Megatron and how great of a receiver he was. Brandon Marshall has the same TDs, 1,000 more yards, and 200 more catches than Megatron. And I was like, interesting. Very interesting.
Listen, I love Brandon. I actually liked Brandon Marshall, even though he was a Jet. What's the game? What games played difference though?
That I don't know. I've just saw.
Yeah, I think Marshall, because Calvin Johnson retired a while ago.
Calvin Johnson, I think, retired. What did he play from 07 to 14? Did he
didn't play like that
7 years, something like that? I want to say it's like 07 to 14.
He played 07 to 15, so you're 15? Close enough.
Ooh, I was really close.
Yeah, that was quite nice there. You might know your number a little bit. I am curious about that, though. Because if it's close enough
Brandon Marshall may have played... Why do I think Brandon Marshall was like 2009 rookie year?
He was 2006 to 2018. So he played, we'll say, 4 more years. 4
more years, 1,000 more yards, and 200 more catches. Yeah, you could, in 4 years, you could definitely... Megatron probably would have arguably
but
got
I will agree that Brandon Marshall should be looked at more of a really, really great receiver.
Before I saw that stat, I completely forgot about Brandon Marshall, and he was a Jet.
Yeah,
completely forgot about Brandon Marshall, and I was like, wow, like that's actually really cool. So here's the mind blowing stat now.
Okay.
Brock Osweiler. Are you ready for this?
Oh, this
one blew my mind, and like the odds of this ever happening is ridiculous. All right, so Brock Osweiler, he played for 3 different AFC teams, and I have to emphasize AFC teams. Okay. He played for the Broncos, he played for the Texans, and he played for the Dolphins.
Okay.
His first start for the Broncos was a win against the Bears. His first start against the Texans was a win against the Bears. And his first start against the Dolphins, first start for the Dolphins was a win against the Bears. So now, AFC teams only play NFC teams, the Bears, 1 in every 64 games. Because That's wild. Okay?
Yeah.
So for a quarterback to play for 3 different teams in the AFC and face the same team each time his first start is 1 in 330,000. To win all 3 times was 1 in 2.2 million. And that just blew my mind. Brock Osweiler has only won 15 games in his career. 20% of his wins are against the Bears.
That's wild. That's insane.
That's insane. Like imagine all three of your starts for your new teams will win against the Chicago Bears. Brock Osweiler is their kryptonite.
And imagine being in the Bears and say you lost to Brock Osweiler 3 times
on 3 different teams. And that was before Miami was good when Brock Osweiler was their quarterback. So it just shows to see how bad the Bears were.
That's true. Yeah, that's wild.
That is wild.
Did you happen to see the contract that Jason Sanders got?
I did not.
So the Dolphins signed Jason Sanders, who was probably, if not the best, second best kicker last year. It was a very rough year for kickers. 5 years, $22 million with 10 guaranteed. That's a fat contract for a kicker.
For a kicker, yeah.
Yeah, that is a fat contract. But I had him in fantasy, worth every penny. Not my money, but worth every penny.
He is chilling. Who do you think? Who do you think? Forget about fantasy. Who do you think is the best kicker in the league?
Look, if I'm in a spot where I need a field goal hit, I'm still picking Justin Tucker.
Arguably, probably
he retires. If he retires, just to say he retires right now, my pick would probably be, just because I paid attention to Sanders, I know how good he was, Sanders or Koo.
Koo, yeah, no, Koo definitely fantasy wise. Koo is pretty money. I mean, Tucker is like 9.9 out of 10 times that thing is going right down the center. He is the most money of money kickers ever. If Tucker retires, I would have to go with my boy Lutz.
That's fair too.
Will Lutz, he is just, dude, I love that. There is some stupid reason, I don't know why, I love that. He is my favorite kicker in the league.
I respect
Hands
it.
down, Lutz is my favorite kicker in the league.
I respect it.
Yeah. But, not too much really going on in sports other than that. Andrew, do you have anything you would like to share with the class?
Oh, boy.
Because other than that, I'm pretty much topicked out for this week.
Damn, dude. Losing it without football.
It's not even that we're losing it without football. It's just not a lot has really happened. I mean, you have no football. Baseball is still in an off season. We don't know anything about basketball, and hockey. Not much really has happened. So for us to report on stuff, it does kind of get a little difficult until we have baseball starting again, because then we could, primarily talk about the MLB and hockey with whatever's going on, and we have still the draft to come. So we're going to have maybe a few weeks where we are on the shorter end of information and shorter end of episodes, but it's okay because
don't worry, it'll be
good.
We just gotta really pay attention on Wednesdays after we post something and something big happens.
Exactly.
We'll have to remember that for the following week.
Without fail, something always happens every single time we upload. On the days we upload.
But yeah, no, I'm watching the Ranger game right now. Hopefully they beat the Devils.
Hopefully.
If they don't, I'm gonna cry. Because they're, as you said before, they're driving me absolutely nuts.
Yeah, they do want to give me gray hair. I mean, I feel like they should be a team that should just be winning every game that they play, and they just are not. It's frustrating. I'm so tired of rooting for teams that are going to disappoint me in the end.
Look, it's a learning season. Just remember that.
We said that last year too.
DQ just has to play the young kids.
Well, hopefully the young kids get their shit together and we get on a nice little winning streak.
They see ice time would be nice.
It sucks for them, especially like Lafreniere, rookie year. I mean, his first season in the NFL is a shortened season. It's not even like he's getting a full 81 games.
It's 56 games.
So I mean, which
that's why they got to play him nonstop. Like put him on the ice.
But losing streaks also are completely more unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
You have no time to make up those lost games. It is pretty much like a football season, pretty much at this point for hockey players, because football, you lose, you only play 16 games in the season. You lose 1 week, you feel it. I mean, baseball, you play 162. If you lose one game, it's you could brush it off. You still have 161 more to go. But with the shortened season like that and the way that our division is playing, the Rangers need to make up as many games as possible and win as many games as possible. especially more than the Islanders.
Yeah, exactly. A little different, a little something quick, might be a little fun.
Okay.
I got the way too early Super Bowl odds for next year.
Oh boy! All right.
So, being a betting man, I might have to throw some money because I'm one that stands out to me. It's a team that is not. It's a team that's on the bubble, but they kind of have almost impossible odds. So you have the Arizona Cardinals, are plus 4,000. To me, that's an interesting spot because those are odds that you might see a crappier team get because the Cardinals are not a bad team. They're a weird team. They're not a bad team. And they have a shot. So I might see myself throw some cash on them. Not a lot because it's probably not going to happen.
What are the
But
Bucks
take a
odds?
shot. Buccaneers are these are the top four. Chiefs at plus 550, Green Bay at plus 900, Tampa at plus 1,000, and then Baltimore at plus 1,200.
The Bucks
Baltimore
are plus 1,000.
Yeah, I know. Put $10, win $100. Put $100 win $1,000.
I have to bet the Bucks.
I know.
I'm not betting against Brady.
I feel that.
Not
And
doing
even
it. I'm not doing it. I'm not betting against Brady.
I know.
If Brady is playing and he's not retired, I gotta put money on the Bucks to win the Super Bowl again.
Yeah.
Especially for plus 1,000. Are you kidding? That is you have to bet type of thing.
I could not agree with you more. And then also, I mean, like, this is the Rams at plus 1,200. Like, it's interesting now with Stafford.
I would throw
really good
maybe some
team.
money. I'd throw maybe like $10 on the Rams. Just
Exactly. You got to get it in before the draft because the draft is going to throw the odds all over.
100%. 100%. May have to have you make a few bets for me when you go down to Atlantic City.
I got you, brother.
I'll send you a nice Venmo.
Get some inside trader info, see where Deshaun Watson's going, throw some money before he gets traded.
Yeah, right? I honestly don't think Watson's going anywhere.
They won't let him.
Hot take. They're gonna bench that man and just pay him for no reason. Which is the stupidest thing.
No words.
Mm-hmm.
You know you're going to get a good package back. Why wouldn't you trade him?
Just trade him. There's no point in sitting him and benching him.
And now no one's going to want to come to your team. No one's going to want to sign with you.
No,
ever.
I mean Watt is gone. They just straight up released Watt. I personally think Watt's going to go to Pittsburgh. Play with his brother. However, the only factor with Pittsburgh is they may be running into cap issues to sign Watt. So that would be the only deterrent I can see is cap issues for J.J. Watt. But if he was going to pick a team, I feel like he would want to play with his brother. And Pittsburgh's defense would just be even nastier than it already is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'd be a contender just with their offense being
100%. And for Pittsburgh, I think Pittsburgh needs some wide receivers that aren't going to drop every single ball.
Yeah, that would be nice. And not make TikToks instead of practice football.
Yeah. Juju. We're talking about you, Juju.
And the other one, mini Juju, Chase Claypool.
I like Claypool.
I do too, but I need to get on TikTok.
I like Claypool. But yeah. Other than that, Andrew, I think we could wrap it up. We're coming around the 28.5-minute mark. We do try to gear these for 30 minutes. So if you are watching on YouTube...
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry, Steve. I hate to cut you off. We have a live question real quick.
We have a live question
missed it.
real quick. Looking. Okay.
Oh, boy. Mr. Burns BP over on Twitch. Call it right now. Next year's Super Bowl matchup. The way too early Super Bowl matchup.
We rematch Super Bowl.
Yeah?
Bucks Chiefs. Right now, I'm calling it.
Okay.
Bucks Chiefs. But I have adamantly said though, if in prior podcasts, I have adamantly said that I mean I was wrong, but like in week 4 or 5, something like that, I straight up said the Chiefs were winning the Super Bowl this year, and that next year, the Green Bay Packers were going to be the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl, and Aaron Rodgers is going to retire next year as a Super Bowl champion. I have been saying that. If for some reason my gut was saying that, clearly my gut was wrong because the Chiefs didn't win this year. So, but I do want to go on note that I have said since last year that the Packers were going to go to the Super Bowl and win next year. But I don't want to bet against Brady. I can't.
I feel the same way. I've been playing.
You know what? As good as the Bills may be, the Chiefs is still the best team in the AFC, and I can't fathom the Chiefs losing to anyone in the AFC anytime soon. I think the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl for the fourth year in a row. They host the AFC Championship game again in Arrowhead. Unless for some reason Mahomes gets hurt, there's no reason why the Chiefs don't go back to the bowl. But I could see a rematch, Brady versus Mahomes Part 2. So
yeah, I'm gonna say Bucks Bills.
Bucks Bills.
Okay. One, to be different. Two, Mahomes is having a super minor surgery, which I'm just gonna imagine in my head that it flares up and makes him lose. That's the Bills win. Not that I want that to happen, but that's just a scenario in my head that I'm making up.
No, listen. The Bills are a great team. They went to the championship game. We'll see. They need to work on some.
The AFC is definitely going to be much more competitive.
Yes. You have the Browns who are going to be definitely playing better. If Lamar Jackson could get his accuracy down and stupidity down, the Ravens could definitely be a real contender as well. But
then you have the draft is going to make a big impact in the AFC East. Huge.
Mm-hmm.
You might have 3 or 4 legitimate contenders in that division.
Stop. Don't. The Jets are not. Stop it.
Okay, fine, 3.
Thank you. The Jets, I don't care who they draft, are not a contender next year. And that is coming from a diehard, you split me open, I bleed green and white Jet fan. The Jets are not a contender next year. But do we have any more live questions on Twitch?
Yes, we have one more.
We do. Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Burns BP again said this is his second last question. And this is the one that this is something he brought up the other day, how the Jets have never beaten the Eagles. This kind of comes from that. But not unrelated, kind of unrelated. Who has the better record next year, the Jets or the Eagles? Which actually, when you think about it, is kind of close. I kind of picture them in almost this, depending on how the draft goes. Again, huge for the draft. More so for the Jets, obviously, than the Eagles. But I'm going to say the Eagles, because of their competition, is lesser than the AFC East.
The NFC East is definitely a shit show.
It is. It's getting better because now you got to think if Dak comes back. It's going to make a big difference.
Dak is going to come back. The Cowboys are going to be better. The Washington football team is just going to continue to improve.
They're going to be legit.
The Giants are going to have Saquon back, which, you know what? If Saquon wasn't hurt, the Giants win the division last year.
Yeah, the Giants are a little weird.
The Giants are the NFC East winners if Saquon doesn't get hurt.
They probably would have been. The Giants, I'm going to put as an X factor. They could go either way, in my opinion. I don't see Saquon playing a full season not hurt ever again. I just think he's broken. But yeah, I say the Eagles have the better record, not by much though. I think the Jets will have for them, a decent year.
Well, based off the Jets' schedule next year that I know, the Eagles will have a better record.
That too. Yeah, the Jets, I remember seeing the Jets have a very tough schedule.
No matter who we draft, we still have Sam Darnold as the quarterback. And I know people think that he is going to be good. People think that he's just had no support. People think that he's had bad coaching. I just think he has no talent. And I said that since I watched him in USC. So I continue to stand by my opinion of he is terrible. And until we get rid of that issue, the Jets are going to suck. So.
And other than that, you got to play the Dolphins twice.
You have to play the Patriots twice, the Bills twice.
Play the Patriots twice and the Bills twice. Yeah, the Bills who are nasty. Dolphins are going to be good. They're only going to get better from the draft. The Patriots who are probably going to be a lot better after the draft when they draft Mac Jones.
Right there. 6 losses right there.
And they're not going to win 10 games to go 10-6.
No, absolutely not.
So, Eagle.
Yeah, no. So if we don't have any other last-minute live questions...
that's going to do it.
I think that's going to do it. So if you're watching on YouTube, please leave a like. Comment down below. Who do you think is going to have the better record? The New York Jets or the Philadelphia Eagles? Hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. We upload every Wednesday at 3 p.m. If you are listening to wherever you listen to podcasts, throw us a 5-star review If we see it, we're going to give you a shout out on the following episode of the Binkz and Doodle Effect. Hopefully, like I said in the beginning of the podcast, our website gets up sooner than later. We can start dishing out some more merch to you guys. We have a lot of things that we want to do, and a lot of things that we're going to keep hush until the time comes. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. And until next time, guys.
Deuces.
Peace out.